Hey there, welcome to this video. If you're new to my channel, I do a series where I share my top 5 in different categories of beauty products. I've done like my favorite bronzers, my powder blushes, highlights, eyeshadow palettes, you name it. And it's been a little while since I filmed a new one, so I thought I'd sit down and share with you guys my top 5 cream blushes. I've just recently been really obsessed with cream blushes. It's kind of all I've been using recently. I mean, I feel like the whole world is obsessed with like cream blushes, bronzers, highlight. There's just something about them. I feel like cream products just melt into the skin and just look so natural. So I want to do a roundup and share with you guys my favorite cream blushes. So I'm going to start off with a little bit more of an affordable one before I go into the, I mean, most of these are like fairly affordable, but this is like a drugstore product that you can go to like your local Shoppers or Walmart or whatever and pick it up. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Stick and Sculptant. What? That's not English. Oh, that's the French side. Okay. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Shaping Stick Blush, and this is in the shade Sexy Flush. L'Oreal is my personal favorite drugstore brand. I think they have really awesome products. I must say, like, drugstore prices are going up a little bit now, so like a lot of these things are not like crazy cheap anymore. This is a stick cream blush. There's a lot in here. That's the great thing about it, and I use it quite often. I still have so much. This one does have some shimmer running through, which I really like. It's not chunky shimmer at all. I have it layered on top of another blush today. It just looks super natural. It's a beautiful like terracotta peach tone. It's got a beautiful warmth and brightness to it, but at the same time it has some depth, which is really nice. When you swatch it, like, you can hardly notice the shimmer, but you notice the shimmer more like on the bullet. But there is a subtle like gold kind of running through it, but you can see it just diffuses and blends. It's so creamy, but you can see when I blend it out, just that nice wash of color. It's beautiful formula. This is just such a good fresh color that would be so beautiful with a little bit more of a tan also in the summer. Alright, so the next blush is actually a kbeauty brand. This is the Clio Professional Pro Tinted Veil Blusher. This is something that I've been really recently obsessed with this kind of like winter come spring. It's such a bright, vibrant, like almost neon color, but it just kind of diffuses and it goes on very like thinly. You get that nice punch and pop of color on your cheeks, but it looks so natural and it's really easy to work with, because a lot of cream products have a lot of intense pigmentation. You have to kind of sheer it out a little bit more. They almost like swatch more like a lipstick, whereas this one you'll get that very thin veil on the cheek and you can really see your skin through the blush. It's not going to give you the coverage on your face. It's a little bit more like pinky toned than the other one, but still has that peach undertone in it. So this one's now going into a product more sold at like Sephora, so it's like a little bit more money, but I like to get the mini in these because the Milk Makeup blush sticks and bronzer sticks, they're so big. You're never gonna go through the product before it expires, and I just find I like having smaller products for throwing in a makeup bag, traveling if we ever do. You're never gonna use it up, so just save money and get the mini. So this is the Milk Makeup Lip and Cheek Stick in the shade Work. It's a really pretty like rosy pink with a warm undertone once again. I like my warm undertones. This one goes on a little bit more sheer than the L'Oreal one, but not quite as sheer as the Clio one I just showed you. This one looks the most natural in my cheek in color. There's no sheer into it, just a really nice dew to the balm. So it just looks like skin and almost looks like the natural kind of flush that someone would get. Pretty much will go with anything, so it's a really good like everyday staple that I've been using like every day. This is the Merit Beauty Cheek Color in Terracotta. This one took me a bit to fall in love with. At first, my first impressions, I actually did a video on this. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I think a big thing was like the makeup I paired it with and how I applied it, but I've been finding myself reaching for this constantly. Just specifically, I love the color because it's quite different than what I have in my collection. This is a little bit more dewier than the other stick blushes I showed. I mean, this is not really a stick, it's very cute, unique packaging. It's a balm cream formula. It's super balmy. That's one thing about this. You will get a really nice glow on your cheeks. It's quite dewy. When you like warm up your finger into it, you can see it gives quite a shine. Blending in, it just has that beautiful warmth. This is really nice when you just want to skip bronzer, keep it very simple, and just use this on your cheeks, because it kind of makes up for the bronzer on your face because it has such a nice brown undertone to it. This swatch is very similar to the Milk Makeup one, just a little bit more dewy. Alright, my last blush, which I feel like has been getting so much talk right now because they just released more shades, which I kind of want to get. This one was super popular last summer, so I decided to finally grab it. This is from Tower 28. This is the Beach Please Luminous Tinted Balm in Golden Hour. It's got some depth and warmth in it. I'm wearing it today on my cheeks. It just looks super fresh and just wakes up the skin. This one right now for my skin tone is very much more of a blush statement. There's a little bit more color on my face, which I quite like, especially when I'm going for a very simple eye. I kind of like complementing it with my lip color. But in the summer particularly, this color is going to be gorgeous. I got this one in the fall, so this summer I know I'm going to be wearing this one a whole lot, but I think I'm also going to have to pick up another shade. I think like there's some like really pretty pinks. This one also gives a dew, but it's not overly shiny at all. Very easy to blend, but you still get a really nice pigmentation. It almost, like, it's not sticky, but it almost has more of that like wet feel to it. It's quite intense in color too, so a little goes a long way with this. As I blend it, you can see it still really diffuses, but you still really get that impact and punch of pigment. Alright, so those are my favorite cream blushes. If you're on the lookout for some new cream blushes, definitely check them out. I will link them all down below in the description box as well. If you did enjoy this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe down below so you can stay tuned for my videos, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye! Still get butterflies every time we speak. Am I in my head 'cause it feels like I'm dreaming?